Research suggests that more than 90% of the students report feeling stressed just before their exams, and this affects their ability to score good marks. When I was a student, my stress level graph looked something like this: start of the semester, end of the semester. During this entire period, I was relaxed. I watched TV shows like Breaking Bad, The Game of Thrones, and also enjoyed classics like Pulp Fiction.
Sorry, did I break your concentration?
This was all good, but as soon as the end semester's exam approached, at somewhere around here, I regretted all that I did throughout the semester, and feelings of regret, doubt, fear entered the picture, and my stress levels suddenly went up. Sometimes I got through my exams doing pretty well, but oftentimes it affected my performance. This habit of procrastinating until the deadline and suddenly panicking as the deadline approached closer also affected me professionally and made me feel stressed. And I decided to understand how human stress works, what brain chemicals are involved in the process, and how can we manage the stress more effectively. I kickstarted a very in-depth research on human stress. The research is still ongoing, but I found some amazing techniques that can help students in managing the stress they feel just before their exams. And when the Unacademy approached me to collaborate for making a series that would help students in their upcoming exams, I decided to include those techniques in the third episode of this series, How to Manage Exam Stress. Unacademy is India's leading e-learning platform, and now Maharashtra State Board students can start their preparation for free with Unacademy. Download the Unacademy app, use my referral code ECLECTIC and get access to live classes, daily quizzes and study tips for free. More on that later. Stress is your body's reaction to a challenge or demand. Your final exam not only challenges you, but it also presents you with many demands, and that's why exam causes you stress. Now sometimes stress can be good. It activates your fight mode and makes you want to get up and study hard. But oftentimes it is paralyzing. You cannot make good decisions while you are stressed out. Now that you have understood the cause, let's move forward and understand the biology of stress. What happens inside your brain when you feel stressed? What chemicals get released? And can we control these neurochemicals to manage stress? Two important areas are involved in our body's response to stress: the sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. When you feel stressed, the sympathetic area of your brain gets activated and releases the neurochemical called adrenaline. It increases your heart rate, blood pressure, and enlarges your pupils. This response of your body is also known as the fight response. It prepares you to fight the external event that your brain sees as a threat. The fight response was intended as a survival mechanism to allow mammals, including humans, to react quickly to a life-threatening situation. Unfortunately, today the human body has the same response to non-life-threatening stress triggers that cause high levels of anxiety. Stress triggers like worrying about your exam performance, they are not life-threatening, but still they make you feel stressed. Now the only way to override this response is to learn to activate the parasympathetic area of your brain. The parasympathetic nervous system inhibits the body from overworking and restores the calm and composed state. It produces a calm and relaxed feeling in the mind and body. People can learn to trigger their parasympathetic nervous system to immediately reduce their sense of anxiety and stress. This also lifts their mood, strengthens their immune system, and reduces their blood pressure. Now I am gonna tell you the techniques to activate that relaxing part of your brain, and in the end a small pro tip that will help you immensely. Here is the list of activities you can use to activate and strengthen the parasympathetic nervous system, which causes the relaxation response in your body. Spending time in nature, deep abdominal breathing, praying, playing with animals and children, exercising, and finally practicing mindfulness meditation. From all the available meditation techniques, I pulled out a unique technique that will not only help you activate the parasympathetic part of your brain, but will also bring your attention back to the present moment. The 5 senses drill. Sit down on a chair or on the floor. Be relaxed. Keep your eyes open and take deep breaths. A fun fact: deep breathing makes you relaxed while shallow breathing is linked to stress and panic. Now focus on your 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste and touch. After a minute or two, take a paper and write down at least 3 to 5 things you can see. Look around you and become aware of your environment. Try to pick out something that you don't usually notice. Second step, notice 4 things that you can feel. Bring your attention to the things that you are currently feeling, such as the texture of your clothes or the surface of the chair you are sitting on. Feel your skin and the things that are in contact with your skin. Now, close your eyes and take deep breaths. While breathing deep, focus on what you smell and hear. Now again, note down what you smelled and sounds you heard. Listen for and notice things in the background that you don't normally notice. It could be the birds chirping outside or an appliance humming in the next room. Finally, get up and have a glass of water and focus on how it tasted. You can also have a cup of coffee or tea. You just have to focus on how it tastes. This meditation technique activates your 5 senses and brings your attention back to present moment, and then you can go back to your studies. Try this technique at least for 21 days and then come back and tell me about your experience in the comment section. Now it is time for a pro tip. Gently touch your lips. Take 1 or 2 fingers and gently run them over your lips. Your lips have parasympathetic fibers spread throughout them, so touching them activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This is a mind hack or whatever you choose to call it. And if you want to be in complete control of yourself, try stoic meditations and stay away from panic creators. With the help of this book by Ryan Holiday, I have been practicing stoic meditations for a month now. Stoic meditations teach you to differentiate between the things you can control and things you cannot control. For example, students have control over only one thing, and that is how they prepare for their exams. Rest of the things are just not something students should care about. In just 1 month of practicing daily stoic meditations, I have started gaining more clarity in my life. If you want to know more on that, watch my video on stoicism. Now what did I mean by stay away from panic creators? I am talking about your friends who say things like, oh, how are we gonna get through these exams? These subjects are too tough, they are too difficult, I think we are gonna fail, हमसे तो हो ही नहीं पाएगा, it is too difficult. These are the people who sow the seeds of doubt in your brain, and you cannot afford to be in doubt while you are preparing for your exams. To know how to deal with the distracting thoughts and how to stay focused on your studies for long hours, watch the second episode of this series. Once again, I thank Unacademy to make this series possible. Download the Unacademy app and start your preparation for free. Maharashtra's top educators have come together on the Unacademy platform to help students ace their final exams for mathematics, social science and science. First, try their free classes and enjoy other free benefits. Then if you like, you can subscribe to their courses at just 250 rupees a month per subject, with including all the benefits you are seeing on your screen. You get premium study materials, question banks, convenience to learn in Hindi, English and Marathi, and much more. Even if that is not enough, students can get additional 10% discount if they use my referral code ECLECTIC. All the important links are mentioned in the description down below. That's enough for today. See you in the next video.